Hi boys and girls, Brucie here, and I'm just doing a quick video for one of my subscribers, Rob, who asked about the clean sound and how I set up the clean sound for a video I recently done on the Helix. So you can check out the link to the Helix video here. So this is just a little introduction to how I set the patch up. A relatively simple patch, just an amp, some delay, a little bit of compression and reverb. I should say that the guitar I'm using is my ESP LTD, really ancient guitar. The reason I'm using this, and this is the one I used in that video, is it has Seymour Duncan P rails in the well, both of the pickups are P rails, and they are set to the P90 position. Yes, I know, a kind of weird combination of pickup to put in a kind of metally guitar, but I think it sounds cool and it works for me. Check it out. So now we've moved over to the Helix, and what you can see here is the very simple patch I created. The main thing we're considering here is the amplifier. I've got the US Deluxe model here. Not a lot of changes from what it comes. I've just boosted the mid a bit. Those have all stayed the same. I've got a ribbon mic on. I've increased the distance a little bit. Sorry, my finger was in the way there. Because as I've discussed before, this is the sound of an amp in a room being mic'd up. This is the sound you're hearing, not an amp in the room with you. It's a very crucial but important difference. And what I've done here by moving this back is increase the distance that the mic is from the cabinet. And why have I done that? Because that gives a little bit of room flavour, or modelled room flavour, so it sounds like you're in the room with the amp. I have the low cut and the high cut on to remove the low frequencies that aren't going to be used. It's more in line with modelling what the actual speaker cabinet would be doing. Putting a high cut on is bringing in a low pass filter which filters off some of the higher frequencies that you aren't going to hear if you were actually running this through a cab. So they're not there, so there's no point in having this. This is a really good tip for any preset you have. So that's the amp. I just have a simple spring reverb there to give a little bit of depth. Again, a little bit of delay, so that's the other parameter here. Set quite low in the mix, with almost the equivalent of dotted chord notes. I tend to just leave it at that fixed value because that works for me. It kind of has the vibe that I like. There's not a lot of delay there, it's just very subtle and there in the background. I've got the looper there, don't worry about that. The other thing, I have a compressor. So the compressor, I always think of the compressor as almost like a clean overdrive sound. So that's driving the input to the amp. This is without it. And this is with it. That's probably a big part of my sound and shouldn't be underestimated. I do love the sound of compression. Not kind of country, full-on country compression. But just to give, just bring everything up to a kind of similar level. And that's it really in terms of the patch that you heard when you were listening to the video. I also have as my little EQ boost, which I put on all my patches just to drive the amp a little bit harder. Let's put that on. It's just a mid boost. it. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any more questions about the patches, please do give me a shout. Hi there, boys and girls. Brucie here. Just wanted to say a massive thank you for checking out my channel. Please do subscribe if you like what you see here. Please do fire away any questions you might have. More than happy to answer them. And if you are in the mood, please do check out my guitar creativity book, which has a whole wealth of information on ways that you can be creative and develop your technique and develop your playing in new and interesting ways. Catch you later.